Yo, welcome to Trippy Commentaries. Thanks for joining me here in Grand Theft Auto 5 as we try to solve the Chiliad mystery. I'm RJ. I had an interesting episode for you guys today. We will try to bring Franklin, who is currently in the space docker, above the Zancudo UFO. I will drop him, hopefully landing him on top of the UFO in the space docker, and we will try to interact with the UFO and the aliens by using the mysterious vehicle. We do have a lot of really crazy episodes coming up for you guys, some interesting theories, but this is something that we were able to accomplish on the last version of the game for the Xbox 360. It's kind of a complicated scenario. You have to control Michael, grab the cargobob, then switch over to Franklin, have him pick up the space docker, switch back to Michael, and then of course scoop him up driving in the space docker with your cargobob, and then come over here to the UFO where you can encounter it and hopefully drop Franklin off to somehow interact with these guys. Now, we have not done this on the new version of the game. I did try to do something similar with Franklin driving in the tank and came across some hardcore glitching. It's almost as if the HD capture device seems to glitch when I get to the UFO, specifically when I'm trying to land on it by switching to one of the other characters. So we'll see what happens here. I have not tried this particular theory here in this version of the game. In fact, it is probably the most requested thing that we have here at Trippy Commentaries. People are always trying to get us to take the space docker and land it on the Zancudo UFO. We still have to do this at the alien hippie camp as well, and this is certainly not easy. For those of you who have seen our attempts at this before, especially going back to the last game, it's so unpredictable. So if we can pull this off, it would truly be amazing. Now I'm gonna go ahead and track down this UFO. Decline Franklin's Franklin's suggestion to go hang out, and I'll meet you guys as we try to pull this off. Wish me luck. Here it is. I did see some planes flying around up here. They definitely better be careful or else they will get abducted. You can see Los Santos in the background, and it is a bit deceiving flying up here with a vehicle in tow. It just takes longer, and considering it's hard to already find this thing to begin with, it can definitely be challenging. So let's fly high above it. It's almost 3 o'clock as well. That is when the mysterious beam shines down below this thing. Man, this is definitely going to be tough. Alright. May the force be with you, Franklin. Gotta get directly above it. And here we go. Switch up to Franklin. And this time, I think we should be dead on. Whoa, wait a minute. What the hell is going on? No! For some reason, it sent Franklin back to his house. Are you kidding me? No! This is terrible. Of course, Franklin was definitely in the space docker. I don't know what happened there. Once again, a new glitch occurred. Not the one that I expected. Let's see how Michael's doing. Alright, so we're still in the cargobob. Unfortunately, the space docker has completely disappeared. I guess it's probably just a trick where you have to make sure to keep your view on the space docker at all times. I don't know. Once again, this is why we have yet to be able to accomplish that here on this version of the game. Just so many bugs can occur, as you saw. Sometimes I feel like they want us to do it because when the characters switch between one another, they stay in the same place. So you can actually switch between different characters, keeping them in place and being able to do different things quite easily. But in this case, you have a glitch which shows you maybe that's something they don't want you to do as far as switching characters, so that way you can indeed get the space docker on top of the UFO, because we've certainly been trying to do different things with the space docker. You have to collect all 50 spaceship parts throughout San Andreas. For those of you who have done that, man, talk about a pain in the ass. You really need a map or some kind of guide to be complete it, and then just at the very end, all you do is receive the space docker, which still to this day doesn't seem like it does much of anything. The one thing we find most mysterious about it is those horns, and you can use those horns to possibly interact with maybe a UFO. So trying that on the UFO would make the most sense, especially because there is a couple specific horns that are extremely rare and seem to be triggered only at certain times. So if we can get that horn to happen on top of the UFO, because I have gotten it here in the military base. I believe that's one of the first places it was discovered, here at the military base and also at the alien hippie camp. Watch out, Michael. Watch out below. Interesting. No military personnel seem to be around at all right now. What time is it? 4:57. It looks like the beam is not out right now. Usually it shows up right around 3, and it does stick around for a while, but in this case, unfortunately, it did not show up at all. Maybe because the aliens or whoever's driving the Zancudo UFO was a little bit busy with us. Now, because there is no military personnel anywhere, it looks like the stars will go away, and at least for the time being, we will have no stars, which allows you to save it inside the military base. I always thought that was pretty cool when you can manage to lose the cops here inside, and I think the only place you can really do that is in this bunker. So it's another mysterious thing about this bunker. As you see, I have lost the stars. Let's go ahead and do a quick save as these guys are dumbfounded. They're like, a parachute, but nobody else is here. And considering we're trying to find a way to open up this elevator, man, can you imagine if there was something secret in the game? If you can somehow get into this elevator, which we've seen open on multiple occasions. I haven't got it to open myself in my game, but we've seen recordings here on YouTube. If you can get into that elevator and it takes you below the military base, because where you find the jetpack in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is deep below the military base. So to have that happen here in GTA 5 would just be a massive Easter egg. I feel like everybody would talk about it. Unlike the biggest Easter egg in the game right now, which seems to be the UFOs that we just checked out, or at least one of them, and they don't seem to do much of anything. So once you walk out, the cops are back onto you. They'll have you surrounded, and there's not much you can do after that other than run. We're trying to hook up with some other jetpack hunters, a couple in particular that have been around for a while. One jetpack hunter that's been around since the game very first released. That's one thing that people don't really remember. It's not something that just happened recently as far as trying to find the jetpack. It was when the game first came out that people went to the very top of Mount Chiliad, found the jetpack symbol there on the mural, and it just seemed like it was the answer to a big mystery. If you solve the mystery of Grand Theft Auto 5, you'll get the jetpack that we got to use in GTA San Andreas. But that never happened. We all tried to solve everything possible here in the game, yet we never received a jetpack. And the only thing we really got were those UFOs. Still pretty cool. It would be nice to fly one of them, or maybe get them to do something. But at this point, I believe there's still an unsolved mystery in the game. Thanks again for joining up, guys. As I said, we have some huge episodes planned, including a new Chiliad mystery episode up this weekend, so make sure to stay tuned for that. And as always, make sure to stay trippy, my friends.